Hello everybody, Haku here with my review for Kokoku episode 11, and holy damn a lot happened. For this to only be a normal length episode, they stuffed a lot into one single episode, even at one point making me cry. I did cry during this episode. But let's talk about it from the beginning, because like I said, there's just a friggin' ton to get through here. But starting off, we're continuing with Sagawa's past. His father died 5 years after the where we ended off last episode, where he found his father screwing the one cult patron. And I like when the opening goes through, Sagawa's actually been changed in the opening to be like half his Herald version. Weird that they're only doing that for the last 2 episodes, I guess. I don't even know if the last episode will have an opening as usual or not. But either way, his friend, once they got older, wanted to use the cult for money and for women, and Sagawa just wanted to abandon it. So during his rage, Sagawa discovers the stone in stasis and researched it, and kind of let his friend screw around with it as much as he wanted until he was swallowed up by stasis itself. Basically he tells Jody that he needs to stay here. He has no reason at all. He has no will or reason to live in the real world. So Juri then hits Sagawa with her ability. Grandpa tries to stop her, but she seems to know that he can't compromise with her. He can't take chances because he doesn't have any place to go back to. And because of that, she can't take chances or compromise either, or else her family could die. Takafumi charges in and seemingly kills Sagawa, and I love how the reaction, the shock from both the grandfather and Juri were just like, he just charged in and stabbed to death a weakened, dying opponent. What is wrong with him? And then Sagawa goes all Krang. He's just like a brain and some eyeballs, and I guess he has some lungs too. So he goes all Krang, runs off. Takafumi, when they find him, goes to cut him, but he gets fucked by the threads that he creates. These really hyper-dense threads just take off Takafumi's fingers. So Juri stalls him to stop the bleeding, and basically Sagawa cocoons himself in that hardened, well, I guess it's just hardened carbon really, almost diamond, hardened whatever he's drawing in from the air around him. He cocoons himself. Shiomi says they need to clean up the mess. All these bodies and all the stuff that happened while they were in stasis, they need to clean it up before they release stasis. Or leave stasis, really, because they can't just release it anymore. So Majima and Sako promise Juri that they'll stop what's left of the cult and they'll protect Juri's family after all this is over. Grandpa and Makoto leave Takafumi at the hospital. And then Juri helps to set Majima's arm, so I guess it was just dislocated, not broken, but still, that kind of sucks. Makoto digging was really, really funny. And then it kind of gets more, not really negative, but more deep and profound from there, as Juri starts to realize the depth of this, and the sacrifice that she made is starting to get to her. So eventually she tells her grandfather not to blame the past, and then tries to stall him, but he teleports out of the way. And she breaks down saying, she can't keep them here much longer. She can't keep them here, or else she won't be able to let them go. The longer she stays here with them, the more normal it'll feel, and the less she'll be able to say goodbye. So then she starts saying her goodbyes to Makoto, and I could tell it was her saying her goodbyes to him, and I was crying so hard. I could not take it. That she was telling him, like, and her and the grandfather too were telling him, grow up strong, do all this, listen to your mom. And oh my god, I'm even tearing up just now thinking about it. It was so sad. And then eventually she ends up stalling Makoto. So if it doesn't have a happy ending, this is the last time they saw each other, but this might still end up having a happy ending. Sagawa then tries to kill Majima, I thought, but I guess maybe he wasn't necessarily trying to kill her, he was just spreading out his threads everywhere uncontrollably, maybe. Sako says to Juri that he doesn't want to leave stasis until they stop Sagawa, when she brings up trying to stall them as well. But the threads end up just spreading everywhere, and they're absorbing energy from whatever biological stuff that he can find. But Juri, with her powers, she can see and destroy threads, so she goes and tries to finish off Sagawa, one shot to the cocoon, and she sees the memories and the feelings that he had, and she realizes that he's just like she was, but neither of them can go back and just do things over again. So it all comes to an end. We see all of his memories fading away and being blacked out and destroyed. And it was such a beautiful scene where it was all coming to an end. And then Sagawa, reborn as a baby, but earlier she had called the cocoon the egg of a monster. So it's crazy. What do? Do they try to raise Sagawa as a good person in a loving family, hoping that he never has the memories or personality that he did here, where he would kill them, or where he would kill people to make things go his way? Would they try to give him a good life? Or, on the other hand, do they have to destroy him to not take that chance, even though now he's just a helpless baby? It puts them in this huge dilemma, and they still don't know how to escape altogether, because Juri seemingly can't use her power on herself. So, yeah, man, just the sacrifice was played up a lot. The sacrifice was played up like it should have been the whole time, I think, this episode, and I think it was beautiful. Juri is just the best main character. The wisdom and presence of mind she showed when saying, we can't trust Sagawa here at the beginning because neither of us, we can't afford to compromise, so there's no way that this could work. And then at the end, with her destroying Sagawa and getting rid of her only chance to leave, it's just really, really beautiful how good of a main character she is. So I thought it was an amazing episode, probably the best one so far. Well, definitely the best one so far, I guess. It made me freaking cry. And like I said, so much happened. A ton of content just in this one episode. So yeah, I'd give it 10 nutrient threads out of 10. My first perfect score this season for one of the anime I'm reviewing weekly, I think. But I want to give it 10 out of 10 just because it had all that stuff. The storytelling was really great, and it brought the emotional impact too, so 10 out of 10 for this episode. I thought it was amazing. If you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of my thoughts on it here. Subscribe, I guess, for one more episode of Kokoku, I think, unless we have more than 12 episodes, and more on the channel. I'm going to make a video in a few days where I'm going to talk about which anime I think I'm going to watch next season, which ones I'm going to review. It's going to be like I did for this season and I think even the season before, where I'm going to have my face cam up in the corner, and then up here is going to be the list for all the anime and their descriptions and stuff, and I'm going to just talk through them so that even the ones I'm not watching, you can kind of get to know what's going to be going on this season. So it's both informative, and it's also letting you know which ones I'm deciding to watch or not watch, or maybe put off till later, which ones I'll review. And the ones I'm watching week to week but not reviewing, we can always talk about them in the comments, and we can I can make sections discussing them in the Hot Q&A video. So it's always good to just throw in there things you want me to discuss or want me to watch or review weekly. I think that that's a really good place for you to put your... any comments work. If you want to put the comments of this video, some suggestions, that would work. But that video is definitely going to be the place where we discuss what's going to be going on for the channel next season, as far as anime goes at least. Then, well, me and the channel both, I guess, since it's going to be stuff I'm watching in my free time as well. So follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel as well. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk with me and more of us there, just ask and I can give you one. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.